Hi, everyone. The purpose of this short video is to show you our SLO rubrics that you are going to be using to evaluate your own progress, as well as to guide you towards meeting your own personal goals. So I wanted to share an overview with you. My goal for you is to meet your goals in our course. The way that we know that you are learning is that we, your teachers, based on state guidelines, have put together a list of student learning outcomes that you should be able to apply by the time you leave our class. For each of these outcomes, I created a rubric that you can use to gauge your own learning. Each of these rubrics are guides, and they have almost countless resources to help you learn and meet your goals. The language of the outcomes has been rewritten so that when you read them, you see yourself as the writer that you are. Your own reflection about your writing is invaluable, and I hope that you feel proud of your growth. The act of writing is the act of learning, which means that when you write, you learn. The more you write, the more you will learn. And all writers, professional writers, your teachers, including myself, have more to learn about writing. So for our rubrics, they are located at the bottom, and they are located by number. And in your ongoing self-evaluation, you are going to look at different SLOs for different units. I'm going to open up one of them so that we can take a look. If you click on the button here, it opens up your student reflection. The first thing that you're going to want to do is to go to File and make a copy for yourself. I recommend that you make the title your name, your first name and last initial, or your first initial and last name, or just your initials, something that you can easily find. You're going to make your own copy so that you can write on it. The next thing that I want you to do is to go to where it says share and allow anyone with a link to be able to view it. Once you've done that, you are ready to write on your own reflection. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep your writing project from the unit that we're studying in front of you. You're going to read the SLO, in which I've included the wording right here. And what you're going to do is you are going to determine your placement on this rubric. And for this particular SLO, I've broken it down into two parts, 1.1 and 1.2. So what you're going to look at is you are going to look at the full description of the SLO. You are going to look and see which one applies to you at the time that you wrote your writing project. So you may read your writing project and you may read the descriptions here, and you feel like your writing project meets this particular description, which is developing. And so if this is where you're at, what you're going to do is you are going to go to the place where it says, where are you at? You're going to write down that you are developing. And then you are going to copy and paste a part of your writing project and or describe the process depending on what the SLO is asking for you to share, and you are going to put it here. And what's helpful is that if you're at developing and you are trying to work towards applying, which is our target, you can look at the support that's included here. So do you need some help? Do you need some help with understanding a writing prompt? Well, there's support here that you can look at to learn more. Do you need help, for example, with pre-writing? There are support guides here for you to take a look at. Your goal is to continue to work towards applying? Are you able to apply the outcome? Because that's the ultimate goal of the course, is to get to that place. And if you start out here with not enough evidence yet, maybe you do something and you have not done it properly or correctly, or you don't understand it yet, that's okay. That's what our class is for. And you can take concrete actions by studying those resources and participating in our class. If you are already at the applying section of the rubric and you want to go to extend, which is a real value because that will help you in your writing journey, then you can look at the extend here to see what those behaviors are. And you can also look at the support here. Once you are done with looking at your writing project and noting where you're at on the rubric at that particular point in time, you have an opportunity to reflect. Where have you shown growth during the unit on that SLO? Where are you stuck? Where do you need support? What are your next steps? And what support do you think you might need? Maybe the support that I've offered isn't enough and you need to find further support. And if you do find a valuable resource, please, by all means, share it with me because then I can add it to our list as well. The length of what you need to put in here, maybe you don't feel stuck. Maybe you're at applying and you just want to go to extending. Maybe you have a lot to write here, maybe just a little. Maybe you want to use bullet points to take notes. That's fine. What you put in here should be really what you're trying to work on your next writing project. So for each of our SLOs for our class, you are going to have a different rubric and different support for you. At the end of our class, there is a SLO 1 through 6 student reflection, and that includes all of the SLOs here. And you're going to go back and look at the ratings that you included from your other SLOs, and you're going to look at your writing projects, and you are going to either update because you've learned some more, or you're going to copy and paste the furthest that you've made in our course. This way, you'll have an opportunity to really reflect on your learning so that beyond this class, you can take what you've learned with you, you can problem solve, and you can continue to grow as a writer. Thank you.